Remember that? Remember the... Tech East Tuesday. I hope we have rights to that song. Can you imagine if I like accidentally stumbled onto a song that got us pulled from like YouTube later today?
I'm waiting for that. I hope remember it was cool back in the day when you could actually have like music plays your cell phone ring. I wish somebody would have that as their cell phone ring. Not what you just heard, but what Levack just did. Just like stop the video, record it, and have that rendition as your cell phone ringtone.
It is Tech East Tuesday. We're actually live at the Tech East Fire and Water Restoration Studios right here on Central Ave. So if you're driving by and you see the Albany Empire truck out front, we here. And why are you watching Facebook while we're on? You should not be driving and doing that. I mean, I respect you for the, at least the attempt to always view the show, but don't, you can listen later. You can bring it up on the Godzilla YouTube or the Tech East Fire and Water Restoration Facebook. You can do those things.
Our pal John Danielle the Hideaway.
Oh my God, Goz!
Whoa,
that's right. Terrible.
John Danielle the Hideaway would show us him watching it. I would actually like that to happen here at the Tech East Fire and Water Restoration Studio. Someone walk over with like an iPad.
No, I don't want that. That's just
I'm watching you guys. I'm listening.
I feel like that. I feel like that's gonna be awkward. I do feel like that would be awkward. But if you're hot and you like fat guys. And female, preferably. Then you're welcome. You're welcome to do that. Tech East Tuesday, very excited, happy to be here. Just thrilled to get the show going. I'm going to be very honest yet again. My presidential duties, duty with the Empire, have gotten in the way of actually knowing what the hell is going on in the world. Okay, so just be gentle, or don't. I mean, comment and tell me what a dumbass I am. I don't mind. It's fun as long as it's fun. Just careful. If you make a G.I. Jane joke, I swear to God, I'll slap the right out of you.
Oh, those memes were good. Shout out to DJ on Twitter. Started sending me those private messages. Very well appreciated, DJ. I made sure to not tag you on social media to give you any credit, but instead lead off the show and say thank you.
I sent a bunch of ones that I made, like personal joke ones, to like Coach Manas last night, to Mike Quarter, the owner. Just like every time, like Coach hates when people say low key. Like it's not, he like high key hates when you say low key. So like I just put low key in quotes, and then it's Will Smith slapping Chris Rock in the face. Stuff like that. That was my night.
Well,
that's how I had fun last night.
I can't wait for Coach in your halftime interviews.
I did that one too. Where it was like the quotes was, so how did the first half go, Coach?
Let's start with something easy then, because you and I
didn't think I was gonna have to do that again. I thought I was clear. I didn't think there was gonna be Jeff getting bitched out by Coach at the end of the first half. I thought it was over, but now apparently people were looking forward to it like you are. So I guess it's back. And you know me, I'm a man of the people.
Yeah, as a Pat McAfee says it, for the brand. That's what it was. For the broadcasters, for the brand of the Empire.
Sorry, for the Empire. That's what it's for.
Last time you and I were together was Friday at Hooters. We were watching Sweet 16.
I don't remember being together with you.
Now the Final Four is set. We get true blue bloods, though, Levack. We get Duke.
I don't know if they're bloods. They're blue uniforms.
Kansas.
Carry on my way. Sorry.
Villanova in North Carolina. As insane, as fun as this tournament has been, we end up with the traditional powers in the Final Four after the dust is settled.
But still, you got what? You got 2 2s, a 1 and an 8?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like, the 8 is fun, especially when the 8's to North Carolina. It's like, oh, you didn't know we was going to be here anyway? Oh, okay. How you doing? Who's the long shot that could win it? I mean, if you bet North Carolina right now, it's like 500 to 1.
500 to 1 now?
Yeah, 500. You bet 100, you win $500.
Oh, okay. 5 to 1. 5 to 1.
I was like, 5 to 1.
Wow, what happened to Carolina?
My bad.
I know you could get him at 70 to 1 before the tournament started. Shout out to my dad who did that future wager. So he's
with North Carolina.
He's got 70 to 1 on North Carolina. Yeah.
Let me look. I'm going to pull up in the apps here.
So yeah,
what the futures are.
So yeah, like Carolina's been one of the hottest teams in the tournament. Duke, Coach K, The rivalry is going to happen. I know we'll talk more about that on our Saturday morning show when we do the Final Four preview. But
nobody said they sucked this year. They were going to. Thank God nobody did a whole show on fading Duke. Come on, how stupid would that guy feel right now? Kill it. Thank you. Yeah, so Duke is plus 155. So 100 wins you 155. Kansas 185. Villanova 450. And then North Carolina 500.
Yeah, those are some nice paydays still. I you know what I was hoping for? I think we all were St. Peter's.
You kind of sound like Berman right there.
Were we all hoping for St. Peter's? They got trounced by Carolina. It was over 4 minutes into the game. How Carolina played St. Peter's was the breakdown that you and I had for the Purdue game, right? Like 3 minutes in, they're going to lob it into their big guy. They're going to get up 8-0. Shaheen Holloway's going to call a timeout at the 17-minute mark, and the game's going to be over. I said that word for word on Friday.
Right.
That's exactly what happened against North Carolina.
You knew they were going to like Cinderella always strikes midnight, right? Cinderella always gets to the ball. And then
my favorite jokes.
but it's just like it struck midnight a lot later than I think anyone else thought it would be. Anybody, how everybody can say like St. Peter's, they can pretend. No, we knew we could get here. No, you couldn't. No, you didn't. No, it's like the bus driver on
no, Chris Farley and Billy Madison.
Yeah, no, you didn't. Well, a friend of mine, no, he didn't. But wouldn't it be nice? No, like it just nobody. They lived up to what you hoped they would have been, guys. When you kept continuously. Like from the tip-off of the round of 64, guys are going, I think they're the greatest Cinderella ever played in the tournament. I think they're Cinderella to the extreme, the best one. They became that. They are now. They made a historic run, and congratulations, you're going to need a new head coach very soon.
That's right. He's off to Seton Hall probably in a matter of moments here. Whenever Jeff Goodman wants to tweet about it, he'll be off to Seton Hall. That's right.
In all sincerity, like. If I'm him, I look at Seton Hall and go, you either give me a lot more money or I'm going to keep looking. I have outperformed you. You don't deserve me. Where's somebody get like LSU on the phone? I don't know who. I don't care who. Just give me one of the powers. Give me somebody with some cash. I want a campus. No more of this college on the street. No. I want a full campus.
St. Holloway just changed the whole logo.
Done.
Dump the peacock. Put his name on the court and mid-court. Logo, NCAA team builder style.
Imagine if he stayed. Imagine if he's just I'm good. I know. I'm just saying, because everybody always says, money can't buy you happiness and all these other things. He's obviously happy right now, but millions are calling. Can you imagine if they came in and they're like, look, we'll double your salary. It's more money than you've ever had in your life. You're good to go. Have some fun. You stay for one more year. And he goes, yeah, you know what? I don't want to go to Seton Hall. Screw them. They're not good enough for me. I make another deep run. I win 2 games in the tournament again next year. I can write my own ticket wherever I want to go. All of a sudden, any of these, whoever takes over for Coach K, I don't like him. I might call and take the job. Whatever. I don't care.
There's a part of me that makes it feel like it was Barry Trotz for the Capitals, Phil Jackson for the Bulls, right?
I always feel like Barry Trotz is a fake name. Because it just sounds like something my father would have said if you had diarrhea. Oh, Barry Trotz over here. You know what I mean? Like it would have been
faker name Barry Trotz or Drake London, the receiver for USC coming out in this year's NFL draft.
Drake London sounds like a villain. It sounds like a villain on a soap opera. He's eye patch worthy. Like he should have an eye patch on.
I would have said Trey Wingo, but that's technically not his real name. His Trey isn't. Right. Yeah, but okay. To Barry Trotz, I bring up that example of Trotz and Jackson and Holloway because I wanted to have that happen. Where actually it's the exact opposite of what you said. Of he walks in, they're like, look, it's not going to work out. We're just not going to pay you. This. You've actually gotten too good for this. It's time to go. We're just not going to happen.
It's not us. It's you. You're too good. Stephen G. Moss. We have a Stephen G. Moss sighting.
The top.
Yes.
Atop the bracket, Mr. Moss.
Quote, hi, just the guy in first place in hot bracket challenge. How are you guys? What's your bracket like? I just love that Stephen G. Moss turned his name back to like English just to talk smack. Like that's what he just, it's worth it.
I also,
no, I'm sorry. And then he corrects me, you're not hot. So your bracket, not hot bracket. Well, I know the difference between your and hot. So whatever. I don't know what you're.
I was looking at the keyboard like, did he just get Goz to autocorrect to hot? Because that's awesome. G and H are next to each other. O and no, it's not going to work.
You don't even know how to turn your computer on. Stop pretending you know how to type.
G-O. Stephen Moss, I'm rooting for you, my friend. Go Kansas. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. I got a future wager on them before the tournament at 12-1. I am rooting for you to win it all. I know B Prez is somewhere in there. I think Matt is also, I think it's Matt G is in second, but he has Houston. So right around those top contenders. Jared Lozier, I know, is in the mix still. He's got Duke. So we've got some Duke. We've got some Kansas. I don't believe the Villanova people have enough room to make up. And I've kind of crossed the Villanova people off because of that injury that was suffered in the Elite Eight. So we've got some contenders still left out there. Some Duke, some Kansas. Nobody's got Carolina. And I believe the Villanova, it might be too far out because of the potential title games to catch anybody.
I don't know how to say this like sensitively. I like Steven. I don't know if I want Steven to win.
What do you mean? What?
I don't,
because he's won prizes from the Levack and Goz show before. You want to come back? You want like more drama?
He's very cantankerous. He's very aggressive in my general direction.
What?
He's a Vikings fan.
He is a Viking fan.
I don't know. I just, like I said, I like him. I remember when I was doing the announcing for one of the UAlbany games, he was competing on the field. So he got to play in one of the games. And I was rooting for him then, but then he did not compete very well. There's a big rainstorm in his face. He had a good excuse. And I remember taking joy in him not playing well. I don't know what it is.
I want
something about Steven.
I want you to win, Steven. You know why? Because you're easy to contact for the top 3
I know
prizes.
who I don't want to win. Jared Lozier. Damn right I'm still in the mix. Suck it, Levack. I'd rather have Steven win than Jared. If we've changed the prize. If Jared Lozier wins, if Jared Lozier wins, the new prize is hair care products.
That's not.
It is. It's done.
On that.
It's done. Levack and Goz. Levack and Goz. My name comes first. I get to make decisions.
Media.
Well, that's why it sucks. You should have made it Levack. The bowl challenge was great.
It was Levack.
This sucks. This is terrible.
So yeah,
this is god awful.
Steven's in the mix. Ben Prez. There's a Randy Tucker who I know is also listening to us on 2 different formats. There are some people still in the mix for this. Oh, I take that back. Breves is way higher. I'm sorry, Breves. You've got Villanova, and you've also got your email in your name.
You're going to get the Mitts. The Mitts is at 12 with Kansas winning it all.
Mitts has got a chance, top
Mitts.
3.
You want these Mitts? Huh? That's what I'd say. If my name was Mitts. You want these Mitts? You want them?
We'll break down the game Saturday. You and I are doing a Saturday morning Final Four preview and WrestleMania preview show this weekend. So we'll touch on
You might need one.
I think we'll do.
I made a drive to Massachusetts. You might need a key.
I thought you did that last weekend.
I know. I said I made a drive to Massachusetts. I know. I'm not. What do you think? I went through a full stash of whatever
candy.
Yeah. There's in
the podcast for you. I said candy.
I'm gonna warn you. Straight up. Careful with the chocolates. I warn you straight up. Stephen G. Moss. Oh boy, not my best moment. UAlbany. What a sad time for my life. Can pick brackets well, can't throw balls well. Stephen, though, it was like raining sideways. It was like this poor guy. Like I literally wanted to like message him right away and like talk smack, but I had to like do another. That's another Southwest coffee around. But like it was raining to the point where I thought like him and Toto and Dorothy and everybody just flew off into the distance, but he was out there like a trooper. So, but again, for some reason I took joy in it. I don't know why.
No, I know why. And then what you're talking about now. I don't know if I enjoy watching competitions in between football or basketball games when the contestant is failing just for the comedic effect, or what's funnier, that or when the equipment fails. Like you and I have done events where they're supposed to shoot the football into the air.
My equipment always works.
I'm talking about with like the football gun where they're supposed to catch the punt.
The jugs machine?
The jugs machine.
How do you not know what it's called?
I didn't know if we were using actual jugs machine. Like they're going for the fair catch of the ball's 30 yards this way and they're running. Oh, I didn't catch that one. Try again here. Coming out. You got to sell it on the field.
This year was great because I was the only one who knew how to use the jugs machine, and I was the one out on the field with the microphone going, yeah, it doesn't have it. That's not. You're going to want to get a lot closer. So I just talk smack about the jugs machine.
That's right. It's so much fun. You know what? You already mentioned his name. Jared Lozier, Levack, Northeastern Insurance.
Him.
Your policies. You're looking to save cash here in 2022. Call up Jared Lozier. Email him at jaredl@nemail.com.
Can you talk to your boy?
Who? Jared?
Yeah.
About what? He's probably listening right now still.
He's good at what he does, right? I mean, we all admit that.
It's awesome when you hear other people complimenting somebody you've partnered with here on the podcast. We get that a lot. Shout out to Jared.
Yeah, whatever. He's good at the insurance stuff. Do you know where his billboard is? like a half mile from my freaking house.
Up there, Jared Lozier's face?
Yeah.
Oh,
there's an attractive woman. So as you're driving up the hill on Route 2, there's so you're headed towards where Vent Fitness and Stewart's and everything is, right? On the left-hand side of the road is the billboard, and I see there's like an attractive woman on the right-hand side. So I look up, and then my eyes scroll over, and there's Vanilla Shrek. There's Jared Lozier on the billboard.
Here's what I'm offering.
So I told him I'm gonna climb up there. I'm gonna waddle my fat ass up there. I'm gonna paint things on him.
You're gonna paint things.
I'm gonna paint things on
like
him.
An evil mustache.
Yes, but it'll be a body part.
518-956-3753. 518-956-3753. You know what? I'm going to do this because Jared's all over the place.
He is.
He's making moves.
He's watching me.
If you take a picture of that billboard and email it or tweet it or Facebook, any type of contact.
Got to tweet it.
To Levack or I, at the Jeff Levack, at Tom Goz,
I don't want to see
T-O-M-G-O-Z-Z. Another free quote. 2 free quotes from Jared Lozier. You already get a free quote if you email him or call him. Second free quote for somebody in your family.
You cheap son of a bitch. Jared Lozier supports you. Yeah. The least you can do is make this into an online contest.
What do you mean? All right.
So if people post a picture of that safely,
of course.
You got to very safely get a picture of the billboard. So passenger seat or walking or whatever, safely. You get an accident, you're disqualified. You should pick one lucky winner from everybody who posts it.
What's the prize of that?
I'll think you don't give me Godzilla gear. Why don't you give them some Godzilla gear?
Okay, they get Jared Lozier's picture. Okay.
If you do that, because at least that's fun. Have some fun with it. Now, if you want something from me, you have to deface the picture after you have to Photoshop something onto it that'll stay online. So nothing gross. Be creative. Points for creativity. I
had this whole idea of Jared and YouTube branding and everything else. You know what? I'm going to see where this goes. Again, podcast audience, audio or visual. TOMGOZZ.
Just direct message me the stuff. That way it doesn't have to be posted. And the best one, like the best like Photoshop on a Jared's billboard. You might be able to Google Earth that or something too, which is even safer.
Hashtag looking for Lozier.
Oh, I like it. See, Jared, I love this. You think you love it, Jared. Wait until the next time we're playing golf together and I randomly show you pictures of dicks drawn on your face. Okay. that I didn't even do. That wasn't even me.
You know why you love this so much?
I mean, the sporting goods store, right, of course.
You
just like a bunch of King Richard drawn on your face. That's
because this was you. This happened to you. People were doing this to you on social media.
What are you talking about?
Find Levack. You became Scott Van Pelt. Anybody with a backwards hat and a beard.
Yeah, it was a fat guy with a beard and a backwards hat was me.
Is this you, Levack?
Yeah, but this is like legitimately him haunting me on my ride home every day from the MVP arena. I go up that hill every day. And all of a sudden I look up and there's,
there he is, his face.
Trying to think who he is. Like it's like the billboard just gets whiter and whiter and whiter, and there's like an absence of all color where he's supposed to be, except for a red goatee. Even the billboard gets sunburned. It's insane. They had to find a shady billboard for him.
Jared Lozier, Northeastern Insurance.
He goes, any PR is good PR.
We got some changes involving the NFL event.
We are the best or worst endorsers ever.
I think we're the best.
All right.
I think we're the best.
Alyssa from David likes this. Jared likes this. It's a very special brand of advertising. What do you want to do?
How about the NFL? There's OT rules have changed.
Tell me what the new rules are.
People are complaining again.
Tell me what the new rules are.
Both
that'll be in place for a year.
Are assured of a possession now in playoff overtime. Rule changed by the NFL. The owners approved it. Modified proposal today. The rule for regular season games, though, allows the team with the first possession to win if they score a touchdown. A majority of NFL decision makers, this is coming from ESPN.com, decided on this now. Both teams will get a possession.
So wait, all right. Can you explain this to me?
Okay.
Do you know? Have you read it well enough that you can actually explain my questions?
Potentially. I don't know your question yet, so this will be interesting.
All right. So
can you answer my question without knowing it?
So I get the ball, start overtime.
Okay.
I score a touchdown.
Yes.
You score a touchdown. Because now you get the ball, right?
You got to go back, though. Are you talking regular season or playoffs?
How does this work?
Okay. So regular season, if you score a touchdown
it's over.
In overtime, it is over.
Okay. Postseason, I score a touchdown. You still get the ball.
Correct.
You score a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell happens now?
Sudden death.
It's whoever gets the next.
Wins. Correct.
I can't wait for this. You ready? You ready for this one? Well, yeah, but now we were even more tired because we just had to play defense twice. It's bullshit. It's never going to be right. It's never going to be perfect. So here again, can we just? I thought the easiest way was, hey, everybody, we're going to take a quick 5-minute recess. Everybody get some orange wedges, some Powerade, some Gatorade, whatever your aid of choice is, and then coming back out, we're playing rested. Yeah, get a little shiatsu massage on the sideline. Not you, Deshaun Watson. No, not you. You back over there. But everybody else gets a little massage, and then we come out and we play a little more rested, and you get a chance to stop people.
Yes, you and I agree on this overtime rule. What is the deal with everyone needs a possession because you had the whole game. You had 4 quarters. You know what this is about? The power of the Bills Mafia. The Bills Mafia was so loud and so
That's
strong.
A great title for a 30 for 30. The power of the Bills Mafia.
What if I told you you get drunk enough, dive through tables, and complain in capital letters on Twitter, the NFL will listen?
What if I told you that if you walk through a Bills Mafia tailgate party in a non-COVID era, you'll see people fly through flaming tables. You'll see random drunken sex between cars. You'll see people defecate right there in front of you. And then all suck it up and go into the game. Bills Mafia.
That's right. After the defecation and the fire, the NFL thought, these are people we should trust.
No. Be real. The NFL thought, these are people we don't want to piss off.
That's right. That's the number right there.
Good for you. And spoiler alert, they're getting a brand new $1.4 billion stadium.
Which they have to pay for. Details of that still very interesting. All right. Let's get these stats that ESPN did offer, because this is very interesting for those people who might be still 50-50, pun intended here for a second, of how they feel in this overtime rule. According to ESPN, since the current requirement for an opening possession touchdown was put in place in 2012's regular season, teams winning the coin toss have won 50% of the time. The number has been up 54% since the league shortened the overtime from 15 to 10 minutes in 2017, but there's been a bigger jump in the postseason. 7 to 12 games won on the opening possession of the postseason. I feel like 50% and 54% is still.
I was going to say, yeah, that's what you freaking good. It's pretty freaking good, man.
Can't beat that. Even 7 to 12, 6 of 12 is 50%. Take that, math.
I found yet another person I hope wins, that Stephen G. Moss wins instead of.
Who's that?
Corey from Greenwich. Oh, yeah, yep. One of my brackets in Goslow and me is 97%. He gave us a middle finger, too, by the way.
Where's bad. Corey?
He's big.
Oh, Corey's
he's
big KD.
44.
What a twist. Corey is big KD. Corey, why don't you just write Corey in Greenwich? Who starts going big KD? Does he have like an alter ego?
I think that's him. That's the only 97%. So, I mean, but it is Corey. Does he know what 97% looks like? Sure as hell never got on a test.
So you hate it. You hate the new OT rule.
I got Steven for over two of them now. I don't hate it. I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? I'm fine. It doesn't mean anything to me one way or the other. It's going to be what's complained about next. So here, fine. Because you're always gonna get like the NFL overtime contingents are as follows. There is it was fine with sudden death all along, and then there was both teams should get a chance to hold the football at least once. Then there was the college rules are the best rules. We should just do college. Like you're never going to get a consensus of overtime. You're never going to get a consensus of overtime. So if this is the one they want to go with, rock and roll. So the regular season hasn't really changed. And then in the postseason, everybody gets a trophy. I mean, everybody gets football. I just thought like the Bills-Chiefs game, it was just obvious to me that the defenses were wrecked. Like whichever team won that coin toss was going to win because they were so wrecked. They were so tired. So give them a couple minutes to suck some wind, get moving. I don't know, pour some Red Bulls down their throat and be on your way.
The next complaint for the overtime is an injury. So it's going to be like 6 minutes into OT, tie game. Somebody got hurt. The team who scored first is going to go on. We'll just use Chiefs-Bills again, right? Let's say the Chiefs scored first this time. The Bills got the second. Ooh. I like when this happens a lot more now, when I just have a thought and it changes mid-sentence.
Randomly.
Okay, let's say if you're the Chiefs, right? Let's replay Chiefs-Bills.
Yeah.
Chiefs go down, score, kick the extra point. They're up 7. Bills go down. somebody on the Chiefs defense gets hurt. Doesn't even matter who. Frank Clark, right? Oh, if it wasn't for the extended overtime, Frank Clark wouldn't have got hurt, blah, blah, blah. Bills score, go for 2 in the win. Do you think some teams, because of this overtime, would even consider kicking off? Because then they control if they win the game or not? Or is that too collegey that I just did right there?
I think most teams would want to put the pressure on the other team and score. But realistically speaking, how fresh is your defense? How good is your defense? Are you the Super Bowl Seattle team? Are you the 86 Bears? What you the Ravens, the early 2000s Ravens? Like, that's a whole different thing. Like, I'll shut you down, then I'll break your spirit, and then I'll go score. But I think a lot of teams, no, you're going to take the ball, you get the points, put the pressure on the other team, give your defense, 3 to 6 minutes to catch some wind, and then tell them, it's now or never, guys. Go shut it down. So I don't know. I think 9 times out of 10 you're gonna take the ball. Maybe 99 times out of 100 you're gonna take the ball in overtime. But it's just one of those things. Like, nobody was even complaining about it right now. Like, it was over. Everybody kind of like cried it out and went to bed. Like Rex. He's just like, Like 3 hours later, Rex doesn't remember what the hell he was crying about.
Blippy,
right. Right. And then 3 hours later, it's everything's fine. Roar. I mean, and then you're good. So I have no idea. Whatever they do, just stick with it for a while. Just stick with it for a little while, and we can go from there. Let's see. Inside the walls. I'm assuming this is Jim. No need for a coin toss. Road team gets the ball first in overtime. Treat it like NHL shootout, MLB extra innings. The coin toss has to be in there, because those things, like, you have a chance to, in those. So in baseball, it's home team bats clean up, they bat second, whatever. Hockey, you're face off most of the time. I don't really like the road team automatically gets the lead off, whatever. I think you got to do the coin toss because that's the NFL. But at the same time, it's never going to be completely fair. It's never going to be completely fair. It's just not going to happen.
When he brought that up, I immediately thought of Johnstone Supply in Troy. And here's why. When Jim brought that up, because Tom, our pal over at Johnstone Supply in Troy, was a college baseball player. And some of the other leagues in baseball, the Valley Cats did this last season. They had a home run derby after 9 innings. It might have been 7 innings on weekend games. Yeah, where they had a home run derby to decide the winner. So I don't like that whole idea that they just tossed out there. I'm fine with the next touchdown wins sudden death, and I'd like to see the percentages of how often that actually happened where the first team went down and scored. But Johnstone Supply and Troy, by the way, spring is here. Finally, Levack and I are looking out. There is no snow here from Techie's Fire and Water Restoration. I know other spots in upstate New York have it. It
was like 20 degrees yesterday. I had to turn the heat back up yesterday.
Well, there you go. Furnaces, boilers, John Goodman furnace, 2% off. If you need
can't be good for your old boiler or furnace to be up and down and up and down and up and down.
Think about that.
Can't be.
You don't want to go up and down your stairs, right? It's too far.
Not with this build.
Johnstone Supply in Troy, 518-272-5922. Simple call, yes.
Somebody grilling over there? Or is that car on fire? You see, like, the just random smoke coming out of that black SUV? I think somebody's grilling right in front of it.
That looks like a grill.
All right.
518-272-5922. Stop at 6th Avenue. Set up a grill upside Johnstone Supply and Troy. Be like, Levack and Goz, we're talking about the spring and grilling. George will immediately throw you out, rightfully so.
Don't do
but
that.
Stop inside and get your Milwaukee tools. The best prices in upstate New York, guaranteed. The spring here, you've been putting stuff off. Go get the tools. Make it happen at Johnstone Supply in Troy. HVAC. I like to call it HVAC, but HVAC.
That's your DJ name. Yo, it's HVAC up in the hizzy. By the way, if that is on fire, they should just come over here to Tech East Fire and Water Restoration. Your best way back to normal. We'll help you sort that out. We'll mitigate that fire damage. No, that's a grill.
Yeah.
That's a grill in an apartment parking lot. That's
bold.
Doesn't
care about the neighbors.
It's bold. Yeah. Well, you got to invite them over. You got to share a little bit, don't you? If you're grilling out in the park, I can actually smell it now. It's definitely a grill.
As someone who lived in an apartment in college my senior year, in the first weekend, my roommates decided to grill, and one roommate stuck his face over the grill and then burned his eyebrows and eyelids off.
That's good for him.
Eyelashes. Mentioned burned his eyelids off.
Ooh.
Eyelashes off. I did not touch that grill for the rest of the year.
It's probably good for you. You're kind of an awkward human. You're kind of an awkward human. All right, Levack and Goz, it is the Tech East Tuesday. Don't forget, man, we're what, 20, 25, 26 days away from the home opener of the Albany Empire. We host the Carolina Cobras. Excited about that. Looking forward to it. Training camp starts in just a couple of days, and that means that my life is over because I have a lot to do.
Your life is over.
Yeah, I have a lot to do. I didn't know I was going to be involved in all this crap when they made me president. I was like,
Really?
I thought it was going to be like a figurehead role. I'm like, I'm kind of pretty. I thought maybe they'd do this. I mean, I'm being scouted for movie roles.
Oh, you are.
I am.
Whoa. Post Oscars, post Academy Awards.
I am.
There's a lot to this. We'll get to Aaron Judge and Saquon Barkley and you all. We need to sit on this for a second. Let's go through our mass text.
Oh my God, that's what the talent scout said. You need to sit on this for a little bit.
I had gone to social media. I tweeted you about the Oscars. And yes, I want to see it. Read it out loud, please. You put it to the camera if you'd like.
Hi, I'm Kim. I got your talent application and want you to attend an online open call tomorrow, either 11 a.m., 3 p.m., or 5 p.m. Which time is best for you? So I put it in and was like, great, you're all set to participate in your virtual open call. Your slot is reserved for 5 p.m. tomorrow. 5
p.m. tomorrow. This is a superhero film.
Star is born.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah.
No details, according to your reading there, of what your role would be, though.
I believe it's extra casting, but I think once they see me, and hear my ability to just, use dialogue as a weapon, I think I'll be in. I think I'll be I'll be like Drax the moderator. I'll be like Star Prince, Star Emperor.
You hang on a second. You had told me that you were boycotting the Academy Awards.
Right. Well, correct.
Until my dad was nominated. Now it seems after this drama with Will Smith and Chris Rock, you want in.
Well, let's be real clear. My goal was to continue the boycott, even if he did get nominated. I love your dad, but I never would go there. Yeah. No. The slap has definitely made the Academy Awards far more interesting to me. I've hated them forever. I think they're boring. I think they're obnoxious. It's just a bunch of rich people jacking their own cords so they can feel good about themselves. But the Chris Rock's a man. It's a man's man right there. I'm not mad at Will Smith. I think there's a little bro code, little man law happen, little man justice. Talking smack about my wife who's got an illness. I'm gonna cuff you in the mouth. It's up to you whether or not you want to take this further. He didn't. I thought that was good. Yeah, if there's a chance of violence while I'm accepting my award for third alien from the right in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I'm okay with it.
You're willing to make that sacrifice.
I'll go. I will go then. I want a goodie bag though.
Yeah.
I hope I get a SAG card. Does your dad know how many times I have to work to get a SAG card?
I think you have to pay for the SAG card. I think you have to be a SAG member to get the SAG card.
You still get something, don't you? I mean, I'll pay for a SAG card.
I'm excited to hear more about your role, and I'm excited to attend next year's Oscars with you.
I don't want to be too presumptuous. I just know that I got a lot of. Kim was very interested in my work. So I'm excited,
Will you wear the Empire gear on the open call just in case it's like maybe a Zoom situation?
Listen, this isn't. This is about me. Okay, this is. I don't want to muddy the waters.
Right.
I want everybody to know I'm a very multifaceted. I don't want to be typecast as Empire president. I don't want to be typecast. I don't want them to just be like, oh, here comes Levack. We might as well make him the president of the Yankees or whatever every time there's a movie role. Oh, here comes Levack again, president of the United States. Here he goes, whatever. I want to be available. I want to make sure they understand I have range.
A man of the people, but obviously a superhero person.
Well, I'm assuming I'm willing to do a little some villain work too. Your dad get 3 union roles for a SAG card. He has 2.
Oh,
so I'm gonna steal this role from your dad, so you can't have the SAG card yet.
The ultimate heel move.
Yes. As I go out there and I'm pretty sure this is going to be, I think this is the movie where we meet Adam Warlock. I think there's some big things going on in this movie. So
now hang on a second.
They'll be lucky to have me.
Wait a second. Let's say you get cast in this, which seems like it's going to happen.
It feels real. It feels good. It feels real.
Like many times for a U.S. president, when they go into surgery, another person is assigned the roles of president just in case bad things.
Yep.
What will happen when you were shooting? Will you be assuming the presidential roles? Will someone within the organization then be the president of the team at that point?
I mean, let's be honest. If I get this role, fuck everybody else. I'm out. I'm a star.
Write that down inside the walls.
Yeah.
All right. Post that. Breaking news. President Levack announced, fuck them all. It's casting Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I mean, because I love the team and I love the community, and Mike Cord is an okay human being. I'm willing to negotiate a lower fee than I would for anyone else to make an appearance at the game. But I think Coach Manaz, I think Mike Quarter, I think Matt Woods. I think Matt Woods ready to step up. Should I not be able to fulfill my duties as president? I feel like he could step up and handle it well. I think he could. I could. I mean, could any of them be third alien from the left? No. That's a Levack thing. That's
skill,
my wheelhouse.
Talent, right?
That's charisma, a certain je ne sais quoi, as the French say. That's me. And as your dad knows, I'm very good friends with Bobcat Goldthwait, so that helps.
Of course,
I'll drop that name. I have met many famous people. So I feel like it's me. I feel like I'm in.
Keep us posted on that.
I feel like we're going to be.
This is the second time, just like out of curiosity, why sponsors and great people and partners keep popping in my head. While you're talking, I'm thinking about Cindy Martin.
Hold on.
No, this is my dad.
Inside the walls. Netflix wanted Levack for home team to play Sean Payton, but decided to go with Kevin James that has more attractive physique and comparable to Payton. No, everybody knows Kevin James is a squished up version of me. Slightly less talented, squished up. The only difference between he and I really way better looks over here, and I don't know Adam Sandler. That's the big difference.
That's all.
That's it. That's all everybody knows. That's what everybody knows. I was
going to say Cindy Martin shows up to sell your house, and she's like, "Look, I don't know. Have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3?"
Right.
He's there. He's in it.
Hold on. Now squint and look to the left, and if you look, there he is.
Superhero lived here.
He's the one with the like. And they would like, because I'm such a dick, they'd be like, "Oh, is he the one with the dildo on his head?" No. That's an alien horn. It's not it just looks like. I don't know. I don't know why she puts up with me, but Cindy Martin is very. She would be my first call. And when I moved to Hollywood to pursue my career, and don't worry, TG2 CrossFit Kringle, Goz's dad, you can always stay on my couch. You can always stay over. When you get your waiter job, and I'm working in movies. She would be the first call. Listen, I need to unload this house. I need to leave this popsicle stand behind. It's a great house. It's pretty. It's nice. I put a lot of work into it. Got a schedule to get the bathroom remodeled in June because my buddy's booked out till June. All these things are ready. And then Cindy Martin, Howard Hanna, Jen Karam team over at Howard Hanna Realty, she sells that bad boy for me. And if she does a good enough job, maybe I'll book her in one of my movies.
Wow, that's nice of you, Levack.
I don't know. We will see. She's very busy selling houses. That's but role of extremely friendly, capable, better than capable realtor. If that ever shows up in a movie, I'll be like, Cindy Martin. Rabid sports fan, Cindy Martin. Just a person who protects her people ferociously, Cindy Martin.
If you want your house in a movie,
Cindy Martin.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll give her a call and ask. 518-932-5558. 932-5558. That almost sounds like a movie number, all those fives. Yes. So there you go. 518-932-5558. Cindy Martin. She works with the best inspectors, attorneys. She works locally, globally. She can help you find your home in another market. Buddy of mine just got a job down in Florida. I bet she help him sell this one and get him right into a house in Florida, no problem. That's what she does. Cynthia Martin at howardhanna.com, 518-932-5558. When I leave the rest of you behind, I'll stay in touch with her. That's pretty much what I'm thinking. Pretty much what I'm
career move.
That's right. We're friends.
More likely to happen. You were in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 or Saquon. What? What are you laughing at? What?
Alyssa from Lily and David. Because the logo's up here, she goes, If you're the third alien, people will see you blinked out by Lily and David. Blinged out. She said, "Okay, I thought she meant covered." But listen, there you go. There's another one. So I got my house sold by Cindy. I get blinged out by Alyssa over. This is working out nicely. And then if I want to look like an alien, I can look more like Jared Lozier. I'm putting this all together. It's going to be great. It's
a Godzilla movie.
Synergy.
Yeah,
synergy. Yeah. And if I want somebody just to make me look smart, my stunt double is Goz. It's working. This is working. The career is going. I
was going to mention what's more likely to happen. You get that screen time you want in the superhero movie, or Saquon Barkley is a New York Giant this upcoming fall.
Oh.
Did you see this report from ESPN?
Is there a chance I could be in the Saquon Barkley movie?
Oh, man. Imagine the size of your quads in that. It's a little CGI action.
I got great calves. Like, I think that would be like the trade-off would be he and I, like standing next to each other. And he's like, "Oh, look at these quads," and I'm like, "Look at these calves," and like, and that's just the whole scene.
As an Entourage fan, you always remind me of the Lamar Odom Johnny Drama episode. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch that. I know our guy Boston Dan knows what I'm talking about. That
did they like have a calf off?
He like just keeps yelling out to Lamar Odom, "Lamar, what do you do for your calves, man? Like, what do you?" And it was Lamar was creeped out.
I remember it was like we were at Yankee Stadium, and like my daughter's friends were like, "Your dad's got jacked legs." I'm like, "You damn right he does. You try carrying his fat ass around all day, you're gonna beef up a little bit down in the old leg pipes there." You know what I'm saying?
Very Saquon Barkley of you.
Thank
Joe
you.
Shane, the GM. And I still don't like that it's Shane spelled wrong, but whatever. GM Joe Shane said he hasn't made any calls to trade running back Saquon Barkley. To quote Ron Burgundy, I don't believe you.
I don't believe you. Well, did he make calls or has he received calls? And do text count? Do emails count? I can tell you, like, guys, I have never called anyone and said I don't want to work with you anymore. Now, text and emails, a whole different. Please don't open those up. That'd be a whole. I mean, it's like, oh my goodness, Guardians of the Galaxy role because I really want to get away from Goz. And that's who the guy said it back. That's who I sent it to.
That's who the Yale. It's a very good impression of him.
That's how good I'm acting now. I sound just like Yale McYellerton now.
Joe Shane said, "I've got calls about a few of our players. He's one where a couple teams have reached out, but I'm not shopping Saquon Barkley."
That's what I'm saying. This
is Dave Gettleman 2.0, Levack. We are not trading Odell Beckham Jr. We
didn't sign him. We didn't sign him to trade him. We didn't sign him to trade him. We signed him hoping to work out. Didn't work out, so we traded his ass. That's what we did. Sorry, my future's so bright.
Jordan Rodon had said,
there it is.
Jordan Rodon, our pal who covers the Giants for ESPN.
No.
He had an article within the last week that basically said, Giants fans, hang on, it's going to be rough this season. I thought, Jordan, I mean, have you seen the team the last 5 years, man? Now you're telling Giants fans to be careful. They've got to shed $40 million in cap space. $40 million?
If they want to give that to me, I'll take it.
And look, Dave Gettleman wrecked the salary cap that bad that $40 million. So if you've got $40 million, you've got to shed. Saquon Barkley's new contract is on the way. Of course, they're calling about trading Saquon Barkley right now, especially coming off a few injuries. Like, they're calling.
And here's the thing, too. Like, are you willing to give him that 5th year? Are you willing to work with? Are you willing to do a contract early? What kind of risk can you put out there? If you're $40 million over the cap, you cannot risk it. And I'm not the guy who drafted you. I'm not risking jack crap for you, buddy. Like you. One of the biggest reasons Gettleman's not here is he took a risk on you so early. So maybe, just maybe, if he gets shipped to somewhere, Arizona with backfield with Connor, that could be kind of thing. Like, ship him somewhere that's got available cap room and a running game that makes sense for him, and honestly, another back to work with.
I just smiled because you know what I thought of? Rams. Right, out loud, we want to say the Rams don't have salary cap for him, but just whoever shows up to the Rams, they figure it out.
They also don't have draft picks for 65 years, so
they'll figure it out.
Okay, did I tell you? I text you this. I was listening to Daria Mel on Saturday morning on the ESPN National. I was taking a trip out, so I had it on the old satellite, the old bird there, and all of a sudden I hear the other host, because somebody was in with Mel, go, "Oh, Ted and Latham." And the guy starts talking. I go, "That is not Ted. That is Ken. That's Ken and Latham."
Oh, a Ken and Latham sighting.
Ken and Latham. And Ken goes,
"Wow!" Yeah. Kind of a little Byron Hunt a little bit with Ken's opening call.
Die-hard Rams fan who no one has fallen in love and out of love with the Levack and Goz show more than Ken. Especially you. He used to get really upset. It started with me. Then it's like, all right, Levack's okay. Goz sucks. Like, it was just a whole thing. And he would like vanish and come back. He goes, "Look, I know we've been to 2 Super Bowls and we won one, blah, blah, blah." Like, you just hear everybody go, "What?" But he's like, "One of these days, what are we going to do without these draft picks?" And you just like hear like just disbelief. And, Mel Kiper is very nice and does the whole like why it's going to be okay and what's wrong, whatever. And afterwards, the other guy goes, "Did everybody else just kind of lose it when he goes like he just dismissed winning a Super Bowl?" like your fan bases in Cleveland right now are trying to actively get to Ted and Latham. Like, good thing they think his name is Ted.
That's the classic.
He loves cats and the Rams. That's it.
I was going to say, it's a classic sports radio call of, I know there's one, but I need something to complain about. How would I pick up my phone and not complain about something right now?
If you, all right, so as a Bucs fan, you win the Super Bowl with Brady, you thought you were going to win back-to-back, whatever. He's coming back in. Let's say you don't win another one for 6-7 years. It's still worth like what you had to go through to get Brady and everything because you won one.
20 years. It's worth 20 years.
Trust me, you don't want to say 20.
I say 20 because they won in the January of 03, and then they won again in, my math wasn't great there, 18 years in January of 2021. Like Jet fan's going to think it's worth it. Bills fan's going to think it's worth it. Brown fan, all those fans waited. Eventually they get their Super Bowl. They're going to do it.
I don't see color. Very wrong for you. Levack and Goz, right here on the Techies Fire and Water Restoration Facebook page, Godzilla Media YouTube. And later you can hear us on all the things.
I got here, Levack, because of this right here. You see that?
Well, hold on. Before you do that, I want to tell you the
okay.
As a Raiders fan, I was going back and forth with my friend who's a Chiefs fan. And I was like, you guys are screwed. You're absolutely screwed. You gave up Tyreek Hill. All your money's in Pat Mahomes. Like you got Juju Smith-Schuster as your big weapon on offense now. Like, I'm having fun with it. And they're like, well, yeah, but we won. And I'm like, yeah, dude, we've won 3 times. Like, whatever. Yeah, but – and this is the line that was the – like every once in a while somebody gets you so good that you're just like, oh. I'm trying to deliver it like he delivered it. Bro, if the only way for you to see your team in a Super Bowl is to break out a VHS player – you should shut the fuck up. And I went, yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So come on, Raiders. Do something for me. Help me out.
They're in a great offseason, Levack. They're a fantastic offseason.
There you go. Stephen G. Moss. I agree with you so much right now. As a Vikings fan, I'd give every pick for 100 years and Cousins for a Super Bowl. You might have to actually sacrifice Cousins. Now Inside the Walls is trying to come up with what movie I'm going to be in. Sharknado 7, The Rise of the Empire, starring Levack, and a bunch of C-level talent. Why got to be C-level talent? Why Inside the Walls? I thought we were okay. I thought we were cool. I thought we were good friends, even though you didn't tell me my mic wasn't sounding very good the other day when I was on your show. Jackwagon.
You wanted A-level talent in Sharknado 7.
Well, I know everybody would look like C-level talent next to me, in comparison to me. Can't wait to see my trainer to get my superhero physique going.
Mm-hmm.
You think Chris Pine looked like that naturally? Hell no.
No.
Hell no. The guy with the one arm, I don't know who he was originally. I know he's Sebastian Stan. He was a Winter Soldier. He's also Tommy Lee. Saw him. I don't know what exercise he did for that shot in the Pam and Tommy movie, because that muscle looked big. But stuff like, and it talked in the movie. It was weird.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I'm not going to see that.
Series.
I'm passing on it.
Yeah,
and by the way,
but she's worth it. Lily James is worth it.
For our audio audience that can't see this still, Levack, he just took them off for the last 20 minutes.
No, I was reading a text message.
Since he's talked about his movie role, his sunglasses have not been taken off since he's talked Hollywood. So his sunglasses remain on his head.
Listen,
over his eyes.
My future is very bright, sir. Very, very bright.
2022 pilot.
When's the last time you watched that?
Sitting there. I considered it. With the rain coming, I thought one of these days. Maybe I haven't watched my pilot yet.
How long have you had? Because I know you love it. You brag about it all the time.
Mid-February.
Okay, you still haven't replaced the temporary freaking registration.
Yeah, when is that coming? When is that coming?
It's been at your house.
No,
I'm guaranteeing you have it somewhere.
It comes in the mail.
Yes.
I haven't got it yet.
I guarantee you have it.
If Cam McKenna's listening, Cam, I have not gotten my registration yet. Where is that thing?
I guarantee you have it. I guarantee you have it. How long until Jordan texts me and goes, he's sitting on the fridge?
I asked her about it. What is today? Tuesday? I asked her about it Sunday. I'm like, what's the deal with this?
I guarantee you have it.
I'm going to text John over at service. Be like, why haven't I got it? Somebody at Mohawk Honda will tell me. Or like Levack said, might be my fault. But they take care of me with everything else, whether it be price, figure out the vehicle that fits your lifestyle, your budget, and more. I'm pumped. I got a message the other day. Where do I go for a new vehicle? Who do I talk to at Mohawk Honda? I'm not going to say who I recommended because I don't want to start a fight over there because they're all great. But
he said Cam McKenna.
Mohawk Honda, located in Glenville, New York. Stop in, check them out on Facebook, Twitter, social media, and more. You want a new ride, a new vehicle. Also, don't forget about the great thing going on this March. Just a few days left. The Athletic Drive, your equipment. Bring it in to help people here in the capital region. We love the people at Mohawk Honda, people you trust during the car buying experience. And hopefully they'll help me figure out where my stuff is for my car.
See, I called Lindsay Harridan, and I said, listen, Hondiva, I need your help. A friend of mine needs a vehicle. Who should they go to? Because you always recommend Cam. I would recommend his father, Brian McKenna, but he's a Colts fan. He's made some poor decisions in his life. Hell of a car salesman, though. Whatever Lindsay says, that's what I do.
You know what? If I'm not washing my car, do you think it actually looks newer?
When would you, I'm going to wash on the way home today, the truck. I wash my truck once a week minimum.
I'm just saying, like,
I got the package.
You do?
I got the thing. Yeah, I can go through it. Like I can get washed as many times as I want a month because I love my truck, my Mohawk Chevrolet truck.
The temporary sticker makes it look newer.
If it was clean, yeah. The February? You said
February, mid-February.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the months of dirt and grime that you refuse to clean off of it make it look less new.
I'll figure that out.
What color is it?
It is white.
Road spray gray?
I thought white looked cleaner. That was like
a thing if it's not covered in road spray.
There's not.
How many times has that vehicle been to Syracuse?
1 or 2.
How many times has it been washed?
Oh, I haven't washed it.
Right.
So
How about if you wash it every time you drive it to Syracuse?
No.
What do you mean?
A lot of water, Levack.
You just drive through a friggin' touchless car wash.
What did Joe Fortenbaugh tell us? Where are we going to get the water?
That was for Vegas, and it seems to be just fine.
We'll figure it out.
You got to wash that thing.
I'll talk to an intern. We'll figure it out. It looks
gross. It deserves better. It looks better. Come on.
What about Aaron Judge? Can we talk about Aaron Judge? He deserves better.
You freaked me out so bad with this. Levack and Goz live from Tech East Fire and Water Restoration. And Goz sits down next to me and goes, what's the opening day for the Yankees? I'm like, April 7th against the Sox. He goes, that's right. He goes, do you still want to talk about the contract now? I'm like, wait, he got a contract? Judge got a contract? Well, no, they're talking about it. I'm like, well, then there's no news. You made me feel like Judge got his contract. That was my happy place today. Like I was in one of those like Murphy Law kind of days over at the Empire office where it was like the phone rang. It was, hey, this is here, but it's not where we need it. Or, hey, this is that. This is boom, boom, boom. And, we went through and we handled our business. But at one point, I just pulled up highlights from Judge hitting home runs the other day, yesterday or whatever it was. And I just watched them. I just watched home runs from Judge. I was like, what are you doing? I go, this is my happy place. And then I think it was Matt Woods. He doesn't have a contract yet, does he? I'm like throwing things at him. I'm like, how dare you? Son of a...
I remember you played behind.
Collegiate tight end. He caught all of it. It was great. No, so like the Judge deal, I don't know what it needs to be. I know that there's health concerns as always because he's never seemed to play a full season healthy. At least that's what it feels. But you need that guy. You got to lock him up. Even if you find maybe you get him to go 27 a year instead of 35 or something if you can find a way to get it done. But at this point, you got more money than God. You're the third highest payroll, not the first. You're gonna pay him or you're gonna lose him. Just pay him. Just get it done.
Turns 30 in April. Get a free agent after the World Series. Here's what I love about Brian Cashman. I know Cashman's popularity might be going up and down with Yankee fans and baseball fans, the legacy of how they view him. This quote is, how do you know someone has worked in the New York market for more than 20 years? Brian Cashman, quote, between now and opening day, we'll make Aaron Judge an offer, and he'll obviously receive that offer. And all the conversation will have taken place, and we'll either resolve it into a multiple-year deal, or we won't. We're committed. We'll make an offer, hear what he has to say in response, and then he'll put our pencils down before opening day. Don't try to twist my words. I've got every perfectly said detail of how that's going to go down. Pencils down, straight teacher style from the test days, right?
Those are always the ones, like those comments always make me laugh a little bit too, because it's a 162 game season. It ends in October. If you did good, you mean to tell me if he's slapping a cover off the ball, if he's got 6 home runs by the end of April, 15 late in May, he's just on a tear. You mean to tell me you're not picking the phone and call to his agent and go, hey, bud, I was just curious. Your second counter offer, that's still good. Can we do that? You're full of crap if you say you're not. Now, are you having daily conversations with Judge himself? No. You iron out all the details with his agent to the point where when the agent goes to him, it's like, look, I know we got a game tomorrow. Here's the offer on the table. I think you should take it. And then he takes her, he doesn't. But tell me you're a start of the season called pencils down. You're a liar. You're a freaking liar.
The Yankees, you and I have covered so many contracts and decisions and who they're bringing in and out. It feels like, and maybe this is another example of this, are the Yankees bidding against themselves?
Not anymore.
Well, think about this. Right? When Brett Gardner always hit free agency, it always felt like, well, Gardner could be a free agent. But the Yankees always brought him back. It's like, no, nobody else wanted him? Are you sure? Aaron Hicks?
I'm pretty sure Brett Gardner had naked pictures of somebody. I love Brett Gardner. I love Gardy. He's a little Gardy party. I'm all about it. But I'm pretty sure something going on there.
That makes sense. Aaron Hicks, fine player. Aaron Hicks was nowhere.
One with the sticks.
Yeah, but he was like nowhere close production-wise to Aaron Judge. But Aaron Hicks got a contract before Judge did.
Well, he's cheap.
Okay, I just don't know what other team wanted Aaron Hicks.
Hicks was what, 7 years, $70 million, something like that, or 10 for 100 or something. He was $10 million a year. You know, for a guy that table setter, blah blah blah, cashman guy. Yeah, you got that. Like
Chapman,
$10 million a year for him, that was not bad.
Yeah, but he's been injured a little bit. He hasn't been the production that he hoped. Chapman, the same thing. Now I know Chapman's stock was higher post World Series with the Cubs. But from the moment he was traded away from the Yankees, everyone knew he was going back to the Yankees. Here's the thing with Judge. You and I both like him. He's an easy player to root for. When you have a guy who's 6'8", wears number 99, he becomes a likable player. And you and I know, and baseball fans know, this is a guy, not Derek Jeter so much of the sense of the cliche answer every single time, but a face of the franchise, if we want to use that cliche and everything else.
Yeah.
So that's why I wonder if Yankee executives are like, we need him around to. And then you think, like, hang on, what do we need him around for? Production? Yeah, he can hit home runs and be maybe an MVP caliber player, but he hasn't been that in a few years. You don't need to sell tickets and uniforms and gear because you're the Yankees. Like, do you think the Yankees are really going to struggle to market their team if Aaron Judge leaves? Other teams would. Like, if it's the Pirates, the Guardians.
Oh, no.
Like, the Yankees will be fine marketing and selling tickets with or without Aaron Judge. So I don't know if that's a storyline where they have to use that as leverage.
Orioles boy, let me explain something to you, though.
Oh, no.
Not everybody fits. You know what I mean? Like I love Dave Winfield growing up. You look back, you're like, oh, Dave Winfield didn't really want to be there. Reggie Jackson, he come to New York to become a star. He brought his star to New York. Like, then you see a Derek Jeter. You see like the footage of the older guys who came before, Don Mattingly. Judge has got that demeanor. Now, is he that player? Not yet, but you see enough where he could be. You need a guy like Judge who stares right into the spotlight that is New York fame and goes, that's nice. Don't really care, but that's nice. Marries his crazy girlfriend who gets drunk and DWI rants about him being there. Like all that stuff. Like it all stays away from the field for him. Like it's the only thing that Judge did wrong was Blair in New York, walking out of Fenway and like somehow got them all fired up and then they beat the crap out of us. Like his demeanor and skill together. You need a face like that. You need a guy like that. Like, tell me another team in the league where you're not constantly talking about Giancarlo Stanton, good or bad. Tell me another team in the league where you're not constantly talking about Garrett Cole, good or bad. Judge is sometimes the best player on that team, but not always. But he is always the first guy people talk about. He is the big fella. Hicks, you take back what you said about Hicks. Hicks could easily be my favorite player this year for one reason. His slogan for this year, have you heard it?
No.
He's very upset with everybody from last year. So his slogan for this year is have some fuck you. I swore more on today's podcast than I apologize if it offends anybody. But like I love just like he's like, yeah, for everybody, have some fuck you this year. That's it. Have some FU.
As much as I've not been as a fan as Hicks as you are, that's actually a great mantra for this year's Yankee team. A little dirtier, a little in your face, right? The Savages in the box, a little spark in the dugout, because it's going to be a fun year to watch the Yankees because they're going to have some battles and some competition in the AL East with Boston and Toronto and Tampa. This is the most competitive division the year's been. What?
Who's pitching for Boston?
Chris Sale.
Yeah, the ghost of Chris Sale. Toronto they're building a real team. They're scary. Tampa's there every year. Don't come at me with no Boston right now. And Baltimore ain't doing jack squad. Sorry, here's your boy Stephen G.
Okay,
turning on you.
Yanks
will finish last. Wait, no, that's Baltimore, but second to last this year. As for the Mets, they look scary good. Again, the Mets look, but who's hitting for the Mets? Like I'm telling you right now, the Yankees. Everybody looks at the Yankees and goes, "Well, they didn't sign the biggest free agents. They didn't make the biggest moves. They suck. They still got Garrett Cole, a nasty bullpen, Aaron Judge. Giancarlo Stanton came alive again. Hicks went right, and again, that's a big win. Boom. Josh Donaldson. Like, they're a hell of a team. By the way, all you did was bitch about Gary Sanchez. He gone. Like, they're still good. Just because they didn't do the shit you wanted them to do doesn't make them a bad team now.
This AL East, I would say that the Yankees will face more competition, maybe not, unfortunately, for my Orioles, than ever before. Because usually in like April, you and I could look at the standings and be like, all right, it's going to be Yankees and Tampa all the way through. Boston doesn't have this or that or the other thing. I didn't think Boston was going to be good last year. So maybe I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt from their success of 2021 that'll roll over to 2022. It seems, though, with this roster, there are going to be some days where the Yankees could go 3-7 in a 10-day stretch. They could go 2-8 in a 10-day stretch and have to really battle for this. However,
what's the totals?
Don't the Yankees don't the Yankees have the possibility to figure out the infield, the shortstop? They didn't sign one. Yeah, they could piece that together and look at the minor leagues. Hell, maybe one of these prospects, the Martian and everybody else, Florial, somebody just hits and becomes a great prospect like some past Yankee playoff teams have been. That's all potentially good out there for the Yankees. By the way, if you're looking at prop bets, and Steven just mentioned the Mets, one of the strangest prop bets out there, DeGrom over-under wins is only 12.5 just because he's been injured. That's one to look at if you can find that on some sites. 12.5 wins for DeGrom over-under. If that's still the number out there, I feel like you should slam the over, but now it's scaring me because it's so strange low on that.
I'm trying to find where's it regular season wins. All right.
Can I guess before you tell me?
What do you do, Yankees?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
90.
91.5. Screaming over. 97 plus wins.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
Where are we going here? Is there a team you want? You want the Mets?
Yeah, give me the Mets.
What do you got? What do you want?
92.
90.5.
Ooh, that's a fun bet right there.
I'll tell you right now.
They think those lines.
You talk about the AL East. The NL East, I don't know if you've heard of this team, the Braves, they're kind of good. Philly's okay. They're an okay team. I feel like they're okay. Miami's just the turd in the punch bowl, but somehow they always seem to make it like tough against their division rivals.
Washington's won a World Series within the last 5 years.
Yeah, you got to agree. I mean, the Mets are the team that legitimately all they need to do is get to the postseason. Because you get that 1-2 punch of DeGrom and Scherzer, who's topping that? Who's outperforming that 1-2 punch? But they got to get there. And you got, again, the NL East is nasty. The NL East is absolutely nasty. So it's not like it's a slam dunk, or I'm sorry, it's not like it's a home run for either team. I like my Yankees. I feel pretty good about them. I feel very good about the Yankees, actually. Very good.
April 10th, by the way, Sunday, April 10th, you and I will be watching some Yankee action at the Hideaway.
I'm very busy.
Master Sunday, that's up on the GodzillaMedia.com website.
So are we going to be on the deck?
We got to talk to our pal
Huge
Chad.
deck.
I'd like to be out on the deck.
Chad has a huge deck.
We have a big local
I don't know how you hide that away, though. A deck that size is not easy to hide.
It's even better for the podcast audience that has no idea about the Hideaway's deck.
It's huge. It is. If I had that deck, I would just wax it all day long. I would just, I'd be like, anybody want to sit on my deck? I'd be like, there's a lady walking by. Miss, do you want to sit on my deck? I'd be like, that'd be me. Every time. I'd be like, you want to come over here? Let's get some deck picks. Like, I would be at the Hideaway.
I was so excited for my teas, and then we write the decks. But Lily and David Fine Jewelers.
Oh, I would propose. I would propose on that giant deck.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
That'll set the scene.
Wow.
That'll set the scene. I still like the idea of Alyssa being there to make sure I do it right. But you get that scene set, just the giant deck. She's impressed by the size of your deck, and then boom.
Do people propose around Easter? Is that a thing? Springtime, I feel like overall. I feel like that whole April, maybe that's maybe I want to find out what's the highest time people propose. Maybe it's April.
Still Christmas.
Yeah,
Christmas. I think a lot of people, because you do it, even though they don't realize it's a gift, then you can't always get it back.
Route 50, Shops of Wilton, the new spot for Lily and David Fine Jewelers. I know it. There it is. I love showing it off right there.
See, that's the difference. That's right there is the difference, right?
My finger?
Back in the day, I did not know Alyssa and the fine, amazing people at Lily and David Fine Jewelers. I didn't use them. I no longer have a ring. Goz went to the right place, the right advice, the right people, the right rings. He still gets to wear one. And he's a schlub.
Wherever you live in upstate New York, trust me, it's worth the drive. Lily and David Fine Jewelers.
All day, every day.
You got to get it right, guys. Make sure, whether it's the engagement ring, whether you want to save on your wedding band so you prep for your wedding, maybe you've got a birthday on the way, an anniversary you want to celebrate, you want to get the great gift for her, something different, something she's going to love for years to come. Lily and David Fine Jewelers, family owned and operated business, will help you find that purchase, that wide selection that you can find right there at the Shops of Wilton at their new spot. I got to check it out. Can't wait for you to check it out as well to find what she is looking for. And some of you won't know what that is until you stop in. They'll help you through that process. Check it out on Facebook as well. It's Lily and David Fine Jewelers, Route 50, Shops of Wilton. Stop in. Levack, Goz, Godzilla Media, all those good people who told you to get there. Do it.
I love the idea of when I get this role in Guardians of the Galaxy, Alien 3 from the left, right?
Mm-hmm.
I let Alyssa dress me up. So you can't help but notice me. Like I'm scene stealing like a champ. Blinged out. Who's that alien? I don't know, but he's from the planet Bling. That's Lilius Davidius. That's
Lilius Davidius.
Yes.
That's your alien name.
Yes.
Just imagine that's the new logo all of a sudden. Just like nothing but jewelry and everything else. All right, we got a big story here locally. I just tweeted this out. It might put you in an awkward spot, but I feel like this might be a good thing to talk about.
Because of who I'm texting right now?
Uh-oh.
Because of who I'm texting right now? Is that
Oh, yeah, well, definitely. That will definitely cause some strangeness. For those who are still following the college basketball scene, this one's involved in the Capital Region for sure. UAlbany men's basketball coach Dwayne Killings under investigation for an incident, according to reports from Sports Illustrated, involving one of his players on the team. Player has not been named. According to this report, Killings struck that player prior to a game during the season. There is an ongoing investigation. UAlbany has put out a statement as well. No one's going to comment on this because it is a part of the ongoing investigation. However, some outlets have reported that the investigation started during the regular season, so February to March. Levack, I kind of want the first shot at this before you answer because I know you're contacting some people.
I'm listening.
I kind of want the first shot at this because this is Getting There with Goz, another podcast they host for the young.
Yeah, it's a lot like this one, only not good.
For the it's one of my top 5 favorites. For those young journalism students.
Top 5 podcasts for me. I'll put it up in top 5.
Great.
I think I only listen to 3.
Journalism students, reporters. Okay, let's match this, right? The incident goes down in November. They're investigating in March. Yeah. The story comes out this week. What isn't making sense here? Okay, here's what happened. UAlbany, I feel very confident in this.
Okay.
UAlbany knew it happened. They want to fire Dwayne Killings. They want him out. They want to fire him with just cause. Now, Capital Region sports fans know this. Jimmy Patsos at Siena, they were digging to find any way they could fire him with just cause. They eventually found one. He's gone from Siena and a new era starts. Jamie and Christian, by the way, no longer George Washington, and then a Coach Carm. The hiring of Dwayne Killings, I know you and I disagree on this. I thought it was a terrible hire to begin with. I love Mark Benson. I think a lot of the decisions he's made have been in benefit of UAlbany's future. The Dwayne Killings hiring didn't make sense to me because that staff he was on at Marquette was going to get fired. I don't know how often in the history of college basketball has an assistant coach who was going to get fired then became a head coach. That doesn't make sense. So maybe there was a connection with the staff and UConn and everything else, whatever. But he gets hired. He's going to have a tough season 1 for recruits and the transfer portal and COVID and everything else. There's going to be a struggle year 1. It looks, because of the timing of when we're finding out about this before the Final Four weekend, which is a huge time for agents in schools and coaches, UAlbany's probably going to do this. They're going to let the investigation roll till like next Tuesday after Final Four weekend, fire Dwayne Killings with cause, and have a new coach for the next season.
Under the impression they were going to allow him to step down, but give him a little time to do it.
Okay.
So
either one.
I want to be very, very clear. It is your fault I don't have the real story because since leaving radio, in the very beginning when I wasn't doing anything on microphone, everyone would tell me everything. All my friends would go, "Oh, dude, wait till you hear this story." If you're talking about a water fountain, they'd still tell me. Wouldn't be a big deal. Since we started doing this, I'm like, dude, I'm not on radio anymore. I'm not telling you, jackass. You'll slip. You'll slip up and tell the story. So I have no insider knowledge. Like I am legitimately, I've been talking to Coach Gattuso on the football program at UAlbany all day about other stuff. Not once has this come up. I texted Charlie Volker, who is one of my better friends, who took my old job. And I said, I feel really bad about Dwayne. I think DK is a good dude. And he will not reply to me. They will not talk to me. Okay. And if anybody knows, it's Volker. You know what I mean? Volker still knows where all the bodies are buried. But
No reports coming for their end, by the way.
Nothing.
Everybody's staying silent, including their affiliate.
Which, let's be real, it's probably the better way to do something like this, because I think a lot of, like, I've met DK. I like him a lot. I don't know what happened. I have no idea. So let me play devil's advocate. Let me back up Coach Killings here with a scenario and see if it works. Now, again, you can't hit a student, all whatever. You played and you even coached a little, right? Like you did some your dad coached, but you've coached, like you've helped coach. Some players are pricks. 100%, 100%. Just like if you have a history, if you're Bobby Nunn, you have a history of doing crap, you're the prick. But if it's something like this has never happened before, and just one dude was able to get under Killing skin, not okay. Probably still needs to leave. But I'm gonna look at it and go, every once in a while, Chris Rock needs a little Will Smith in his life. Like let's pretend that this was such a out of character event, and there's enough questionable activity around it that even though people in power were somewhat aware of it, they wanted to play it out the best way possible for all parties involved. Not just Coach Killings, like, is there a way to save his job? Not just the program, like, hey, do we really want to start looking for another coach again? But maybe even the student athlete. Maybe it's one of those things where it's like, maybe this kid's already got a reputation, and this kind of accident or issue or assault is probably the word, is only going to make him look worse too. And it's like, is there a way to find a win for everybody? And you go on about that as long as you can, and then you look around and you go, what? Nobody's talking about this? Maybe the win is we just stop talking about it. And it's not right, but it happens.
You brought up the Will Smith, Chris Rock thing, which is also where my mind went to this, because of, okay, they investigated the story. So if you hit somebody, it's pretty done. Like that's it. Like, oh no, his hand accidentally got near the kid's face, and the kid's face like lean. If you hit somebody, you hit somebody. There's no accidental to it. Now, did he hit him too hard or something? Okay, that's besides the point. That's for the investigation. But a yes or no is pretty easy on this one. Generally speaking, I feel pretty confident in this one too, but generally speaking on this, just to offer this if this happens maybe at another program in upstate New York at some point. The transfer portal is something to look at. Mm-hmm. And I mean that because we have to remember the small window and sample size these coaches have with these athletes. How often do you remember somebody in your life that you spent 6 months with or a year with? Because these athletes are going to come in and out of these places. Here's what realistically could have happened, right? Coach Killings strikes a player. That player is not playing a lot, and that player either goes to the administration or more than likely tells his parents, hey, not only am I not playing, but my coach hit me in practice today. What do you mean he hit you in practice?
Right.
Okay, we're calling the school. You're not playing. You file the investigation, and then there you go. That seems more likely to me that the kid who wanted out of UAlbany got hit, said something, they did the investigation, and UAlbany didn't want him there anyways.
And again, it's never right. You can't hit, blah, blah, blah. But I always think it's most beneficial to try and put yourself in the situation the best you can, right? The best you can. And I'm not just talking about coach. I'm talking about the other side. So you're the coach. You have to walk away. You have to walk away. Now, Dwayne Killings is younger. Some of these players might want to test him, and even if he's older, they're going to test him. But you got it. You have to walk. You 100% have to walk. Your mother's of this. I want to smack the crap out of you. You got to walk away. You have to. If he does in fact lose his job because he did in fact hit a student athlete, that's the cost of doing business. You screwed up. You made the big mistake. Should that cost him his future career? I don't know. I don't know the details. Again, no one will tell me because you won't.
Why did you just ask him? I feel more. It's so funny how this is shared because you feel less confident in this story, and I feel more confident. I don't know. We have different roles daily, right? You're doing stuff. I'm doing stuff that's different now. Yeah, it's fine.
And look, I was very blessed during our radio tenure, my radio tenure, where I got along with almost every coach in the area. Almost every coach. And again, I didn't need to be their best friend. I needed to be able to get along enough. You said it on the air one time. When you're on this show as a guest, you'll be treated as a guest. And I've always felt that way. And I want everyone to succeed in the market. When Dwayne Killings gets into this market, and I'm doing the show at that point with Charlie, and we're up at Ravenswood, and we're live and whatever, and he makes a point to get there, to be on the show. And this is, he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to get all the way up there. And he's got the really nice suit on, but it's not full purple. It's just got like purple accents and stuff. I'm just like, this is my kind of dude. Like that's how I want to conduct business. Yeah, was it easy for me to get here and for lack of a better term, pay respects to the local radio guys and to establish a relationship? No, it wasn't. But did I do it because it's the right thing to do? Yeah, that's why I did it. I liked him right then and there. I did. I knew that he would need more time to build a program in a normal world than what people were going to give him. But I like him, so I don't want this to be a cut and dry. This guy lost his temper and hit a kid. I'm being perfectly honest with you. And it's a podcast, so I can say whatever the F I want. It doesn't matter anymore. Like I'm not on ESPN, so suck it. I just know that my mother's the only one who ever did it. There's points in my life, especially around 18, 20, somewhere in that range, I needed a cuff in the mouth. Not a lose a tooth cuff, not a whatever. No, just a little. I personally, because I deserved it and it happened, and I went, oh, that line is way back there that I stepped over. Okay, but I'm different. That's me. I understood it.
I'm curious, and I like how we're doing this at this point in March of 2022 of where these stories locally will develop for you and I, because there's interesting ways to look at this, right? Because you're a part of the Albany Empire, I'm a part of the Albany Empire, you're the president, I'm the broadcaster. That I wonder if people aren't going to feed you stories anymore because they feel like, and they know you better enough that you're not going to use that as ammo. Like, oh, we're competing for guests or ticket sales for the UAlbany. No. Like, you guys play in different seasons. It's a complete, I don't know if that's why they're holding information. For my side, I love it because we worked for the affiliate before, and there might have been stories that I kept to myself because, hey, that's not benefiting the business I'm working for. If there's controversy, if there's scandal, somebody would say like, oh my God, it's the best thing you could ever want. Not when you're supposed to be promoting that team, that business, that product. It doesn't work that way, right? Like 104.5, the team's not talking about UAlbany today. They're not posting about it because they're in bed with UAlbany. And that's fine. I was there, right? Like I probably wouldn't be talking about this if I was in that spot. But what's also happened that I enjoy about this is that you kind of find out when you move from one platform to the other of who's going to stay in contact with you, who was just there for an interview to promote themselves and who actually cared about you. Like I've continued to build relationships with Coach Carm and Will Brown, like both in different Allie Jacks. Like I feel like I've talked more to Allie Jacks post radio than even during the times we talked to her. So
Will reached out recently, which was awesome. Like they're good people. Like, and even if what we hear about Dwayne Killings is true, that he cuffed a kid, yeah, I'm going to believe he's a good person who made a stupid decision. I don't know any different. I just don't know any different. I like the guy. I do.
Do you think Will Brown poured a little scotch out, just put his feet up at a 9-1 record for
Can
the
we
Troons?
say what we heard happen?
Yeah, because nobody else is going to say it, so let's just do it because nobody else is going to say it locally, right?
You're the one who told me.
Do you want me to say it?
I'll do it if you want.
I'll say it. No, I'll say it so you won't get in trouble. I want people texting you again.
I don't care.
Look, Coach
they're not
Brown,
going to because we do the microphones. That's not going to happen.
Coach Brown just tweeted out #karma and then deleted it. Like nobody would see it.
Coach Will Brown is the king of the deleted tweet. He's the king of the deleted tweet. He is, and I think that's why he and I always got along so well, because it's that rage action of nothing stupid. I'm not going to hit you or anything. I'm going to say something stupid. I'm gonna text something stupid, and then I'm like, crap, I better take that
down. now, to Coach Brown's defense, here's what he could say to me, guys. That wasn't about UAlbany. I'm in a situation with the Troons involving like a $10,000 loss fine.
I just read a book about Buddha.
Right, like, hey, they didn't paint the lines on the court the right way. I was talking to them. He could defend his way out of that. No, I didn't even say. Fine, but I'll just put a smile on my face. Could have been about Chris Rock.
Yeah, could have been about Chris Rock.
Exactly right.
Look, we don't know, but I'm assuming it was. And again, like when you put, and here's another thing, if that is true, okay, if he did tweet that, and if it blah 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 blah, and you go, you know what, you shouldn't have done that. That's spiking the football, and the game's already over. You shouldn't do that. With the amount of blood, sweat, and tears that dude poured into that program, for him not to be a little salty would be inhuman. It would be inhuman. Again, I always try to get, what would I do in that situation? I would have written a lot worse, especially if I wasn't in some scotch or something. Like, oh, what up, douchebags? Like, whatever. Like, I would have. That would have been me. He's a little more polished, but it's just, again, being realistic. You're humans. You make mistakes. You do stupid stuff. Now, how far did you go, and can you pull it back? You can pull back a tweet. You can pull back a tweet. You can't pull back a fist.
I thought this would have happened with
actually
age.
Chris Rock did pull back a fist. Just
I thought this would change with age, but at this point in my life, I haven't hit this point yet. Just Dave Portnoy from Barstool, right? This has become a known thing that he has a shelf at his office of like wonderful champagne and drinks labeled with his enemies on them. So when they fail or something terrible happens, he actually pops the champagne and celebrates.
See, I'm not that bad. So what I have is a Yankee bottle of Johnny Walker that the next time they win the series we're drinking. I have a bottle of White Walker, which is the Game of Thrones special version of Johnny Walker, that I think the next time the Empire wins, Mike and I are going to drink that. Like, I have ones that are based on special things.
Yeah.
Like for the Raiders, I have a 40 of OE in the back of my fridge that I'll rock back when we win again. It's not true. I don't.
Just assumed it was. You sold me completely. I'm like, oh my God, he's doing it.
No,
I'm not going to fight him on it.
I love OE. I love OE.
I was waiting for a Four Loco reference next.
No. Four Loco is crap. I'm sorry. I defended your honor when we were in Houston, when you were buying Four Loco and the Fox Sports guys were like, "What up?" And I'm like, "I will stab you." You are not even really a sports network.
If you want to be salty about certain things and you want to celebrate and it's not hurting anybody, you know what? I'm okay with it. I need more enemies, is what I thought during that conversation. I'm like, I want more How long have I told you I thirst for some type of Mike Lindsley said this on my recent podcast.
How about this? How about this? Inside the walls. Yankees winning another one. I know you didn't have crap to say about the Empire winning another one. You didn't have nothing to say there, did you, Jim? We'll see you at the victory celebration here in Albany, August 13th, when we win our second NAL trophy. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate you, buddy.
The moral of the story is celebrate if you want. If you think something went wrong in your life, I don't care.
Just be a person. Just think about it. If in the moment you can think about what your actions are going to mean to the other person, you're going to live a pretty good life. You're going to be a good person. Now, in the moment, if you blow it and do something stupid, just don't do it so stupid you end up in handcuffs. And you're probably still going to be a decent person.
Yeah.
It's like that's my goal. I just don't want to be a total sack of crap. A moderate sack of crap, like a little bit, fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'm not a great person all the time. But I try. I do my best. Judge not, lest ye be judged,
That's right. I feel like I was very Yoda-like. I put my head over.
Yeah.
right under my hood here.
There is no judge.
It's almost time for Q&A to end the day.
You want to do that?
Do you want to talk a little bit about your sleep, though?
Yeah.
That's pretty smooth how I nailed that, huh?
You asking? How you doing?
No, I'm not.
Listen, I love me some Dr. Fred Dreher. You know about good guys. Talk about a guy who has nothing negative to say about anyone. And he's a Mets fan, for Pete's sake. He's been through it. Dr. Dreher is the man. The Integrated Sleep Center in Boston Spa, 518-885-6185. 518-885-6185. Dr. Dreher and the team are amazing. This is how it goes down, right? You make the call, 518-885-6185. Say, hey, I heard Levack talking about you on Levack and Goz. He said give you a call because I'm snoring. The missus won't let me sleep in the bedroom anymore. Or maybe the missus. That's always like, listen, ladies, thanks for listening to the pod. You call up. Hey, he won't stop snoring, and I think he might have sleep apnea. They send him home with a sleep study, take it back. If he's like me, severe sleep apnea, they do a scan to make sure everything's okay. Then they do a mold. Then they make you a mouthpiece. Not a mask. You're not Bane. It's just a mouthpiece, keeps your airway open. It's awesome. 518-885-6185. The Integrated Sleep Center in Boston Spa with Dr. Fred Dreher, helping me sleep better. They're going to help you sleep better too. Levack and Goz, time for Q&A to end the day. The sun has really, really taken over. It's just really, it's a thing now. The sun's a thing at this point. Like, I'm glad we're ending here. Let me change my hat around here. Hold on. I got the technology between the sunglasses and the hat. There we go. All right.
If you don't mind, I'm going to lead off with a few of these.
Did you see that? Did you see my interview with Nick Hague, our new linebacker?
I loved it. It was great.
I put when he's a Baston guy. So he's talking away, and I go, listen, are we going to have a problem? And I turn my hat around so he sees the Yankee logo. He says, no, I got lots of Yankee friends. Like, whatever. I'm like, all right, you're a good dude. I like you.
John T.,
madman.
One of our favorites via email, wrote this in. Hey, guys.
This should be sponsored, by the way.
Yeah, I think so, too.
This should Q&A to end the day, brought to you by
Check East Fire and Water
I like it. I like it. The best way back to normal and to get the answers you're looking for.
John T. wrote in, hey, guys, loved your Hooters show. Will you guys be there every Friday?
I got that today from a couple friends. I'm at war with a couple of my empresses. I love them to death, but we get into girl fights. Like we start talking smack to each other. And Christina, who is the head choreographer for the empresses, she's like, if you don't back down, I'm going to show up this Friday at Hooters and I'm going to blah, blah, blah. She's going on. I go, bring it. Knowing full well that we're not going to be at Hooters this Friday, at least not officially, like maybe not with microphones. So I don't hate the idea of an every Friday at Hoots.
I told you and our guy Dan about the Hooters factor for Levack and Goz, the ratings, the response. The Hooters shows have been a huge success. Hopefully this summer we'll have another Hooters show. I know you and Boston Ed are talking about some stuff. I'm going to keep it to that, the business side of it. Fantasy football. I know last year we did a fantasy football draft there. So potentially maybe a fantasy football, something cool.
We should do a straight fantasy draft there where it's just like just random categories. Like we should almost like Cards Against Humanity fantasy draft.
Hang on. Fantasy Friday with Levack and Goz where it's just different things every Friday. The draft.
Well, no, we do. I think we set up a scoring, like how many times things are in the news, whatever. And it's like each category, like mythical creature, this, that, and like whatever. Each one. So each one, everybody has to pick something random that we pick out of like a card for that round, and nobody has time to prep. And we just see. I mean, it might take some editing. That may not be a live podcast. Especially like you get like Ryan McCarthy, who I love to death over there. He's got one of those shows that I don't listen to.
No credentials required.
No listeners required either, apparently. And they'd be like, hey, what's your favorite deadly sin? And he's like, oh, I'm actually a pastor or something, whatever. I can't do it. But like I think I'd be really good at it. I'd be good at it. So I think we need to do that.
Also, Steve Huck wrote into the show.
Oh,
hey guys,
Hucker in a while. Seahawks Steve.
Yeah, just wrote, hey guys.
There you go. Well, he's a big Seahawks fan. He's going through some things right now.
All right.
He's going through some things. Leave him alone. How about Tommy Gross? My guy Tom Gross. What do you think of the NFL tweaking the OT rules for the playoffs only? Tom, I got to tell you, I probably should have a more guttural reaction. I just don't care. I mean, like you just get me to the playoffs. Give me. How about this? If the Raiders are in the playoffs and get screwed by the new overtime rule, I will be pissed. Otherwise, whatever. Right? Is that fair?
Yeah, no, I think it's very fair.
All right.
Grey Ghost wrote to me.
What
on
up?
Twitter. Grey Ghost wrote, wear it with pride, Danielle. You earned it. That feels like a socially awkward media tweet from like a year ago. I tweeted a video about this girl from Bishop Ludden who played for Michigan basketball, Danielle Roach, and I guess he thinks it's Danielle's Twitter account.
Huh.
So that's been a rare one. I haven't got one like that in a while. Thank you, Grey Ghost 20.
Huh. Okay. Thanks for the help. Thanks. Appreciate that.
You made the show. Congratulations. You did it.
Congrats. Yeah. Not really a question. Jared Lazier, we were talking about C-level talent working with me, C's get degrees. I feel like everybody's Here you go. Stephen G. Moss got a question, guys. I'll let you go first.
Okay.
Weird question, and it came to me because I just saw the 1,000th meme of Will Smith and Chris Rock. Who would win one of those slap contests between Levack and Goz? I know, weird question. I'm having today. All right, you and I, slap contest. Who wins?
I would give you the advantage on the slap contest because my finger doesn't really bend well, and you have a much thicker beard than me, so I feel like the contact of the slap would not be as effective. So I would give you the benefit of the doubt for the slap contest.
I agree that I think I would be the more violent slapper because I would just want it over. But I also have the more delicate and better brain. So all right, let's do this. I'll unplug all this and see how long it takes you to get us back on the air.
I'm not a tech guy.
I don't know. I think it would be one of those things like I don't want to hurt you. You don't want to hurt me. Are we drunk? If we're drunk, I think it's me. If we're sober, it might be Goz. It might, because you got those orangutan arms too. I'm not gonna be able to reach you.
Is that Ben Prez, who's the Kansas fan who's competing? By the way, Stephen Moss and Ben Prez. Shout out to Ben Prez who just wrote it. He just insulted me with a Torrey Holt joke I saw on there.
Oh,
Shades of Torrey Holt. Is that what I just saw?
I was working through
the finger slap. Good for you, Ben Prez. Way down there. Talking smack to Stephen Moss and to me.
Shades of Torrey Holt.
Double clothesline. Got
nice
Stephen
job.
and me.
Oh, Ryan McCarthy. Lust. That's the sin. Lust. All right. There we go. This is kind of a bet. Here we go. Inside the walls. If the Empire win, I will buy you and Goz 3 rounds at Hooters after the game. And if the Sharks win, you do the same. I think it's pretty presumptuous. I think the Sharks will be in the game. I mean, I'll take the bet.
I would love that bet.
I'm in.
I told you I want to go to one road game this year. I'd like to go to the Jacksonville road game at some point. The schedule's not working out like that for me, but possibly.
Save your money. Corey in Greenwich. Why are teams considering Colin Kaepernick?
No, they're Corey.
No,
Corey.
Seattle said they were. Pete Carroll said they were. It's a reasonable question, guys. Don't be mad at don't shoot the messenger. No, slap fight,
Corey.
No, you know what? I'd win. I would win.
Corey.
I just realized I would win. I would win. You want to know why they're saying that they're interested in Colin Kaepernick? It's called public relations. It's called how do we not piss everyone off? It's called how do I reasonably answer that Drew Lock is my starting quarterback? That's why some teams are considering, air quote, considering him. No one really is. Colin Kaepernick will never be in the NFL again. Ever. And guess what? He doesn't even want to be. He just wants you to talk about him. That's like me calling up and going, you know what? I'm not going to the Oscars. Mm-hmm. I don't care what happens. I'm not going to the Oscars. Meanwhile, the Oscars look around going, who the fuck is that guy? Did we even invite him? And then other was like, oh my God, I can't believe Levack won't even go.
Wow, pretty selfish of him.
Yeah, right. So so that's why Colin Kaepernick. That's why. Again, he's not really.
The Kaepernick one sent me, Corey. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Ben came back. All love Goz.
All right.
All right. The bet is on, and then Jim says, "Damn, Jax is nice. We don't have snow at all. It doesn't snow here. Yeah, but you know what it does? Meth heads in Walmart bathrooms. We don't have that up here. We don't. Jacksonville might be the meth capital of the world. Might be.
I don't know. I've never studied. I don't.
You know, else we don't have Trevor Lawrence. We don't have Trevor Lawrence. We don't even have Vicky Lawrence. So
Mike Falvo just wrote in, love the meme, pop about our one about jump on an internet meme, even if it's way too late. Speak about Kaepernick. Yeah,
that was when everybody was doing it, and we wanted it, and we just kept fighting about what it was going to be, and finally I was like, here it is, and you're like, do it. I was like, oh, I'm not going to build it. Doug built it. I miss Doug.
I like how on Instagram I still
Orlando getting shrapnel. Nah, that's Orlando. Hey, you leave Ron alone. All right. I love you, Ron. Miss you, buddy.
We're done.
All right. We definitely are. Tech East Tuesday in the books. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out and being a part of the show. It was a fun one. We had a lot of interaction today, which is really important because I had no idea what the F was going on. I don't always do this, but I want to thank Alyssa from Lily and David because she interacted. Cindy Martin from Cindy Martin Really, she interacted. Jared Lozier interacted. Tom McGrath did not interact today, but he does text us a lot. And Doc Dreer is making me a new tooth. So they all get thanks. And, of course, the Mohawk family because we couldn't do any of this without our rides. And I get comment in my truck all the time. And I know that there was a waiting list for these trucks, and I jumped ahead of somebody. So screw you, whoever wanted the red one. It's mine. Haha.
And to whoever the future Q&A to end the day sponsor is,
yeah,
their spot is open, and we're waiting for you. That sounded good. That sounded so good.
I just want to one more thing. Inside the walls, very good comment. Not going public with it because I don't have the balls for it right now. Here's my advice to you. Sponsor Q&A in the day. It's a cool